Ladies and gentlemen, we used to be worse.
A brief disclaimer from Belonging Songs.
Welcome to Belonging Songs, the podcast that brings you new original music with each episode, and then we talk about the theme of that song or music and the processes that went into writing and recording it.
Or old originals, as we're doing today.
As we will be.
Is that a Dorito flavor? Old original.
Have they changed that much? Do they need to go back to like original Coke?
Yeah, that was a
crystal
debacle.
Clear Doritos. There's a lot of crystal clear references going around.
Dude,
today.
if they could make crystal clear Doritos, just imagine.
I'll eat them. I am your host, Whyte Dana, for this endeavor.
I got a bag of empty.
And as you have heard, Brad and Patrick are here with me.
What if all the airspace in chips bags this whole time was crystal
crystal
clear
clear.
Doritos,
Yeah.
and we've been wasting them?
Damn it.
Anyway, sorry.
Welcome to a new episode. What are we doing? We are going to finish out my first album.
Show.
What are we doing?
What are we doing? This has been derailed on many
Already.
many
Yeah,
levels.
welcome back. We have hit this album in the past. We've hit it once in season 1, once already this season, and this will be the episode where we finish out the tracks of my first album, Better This Way. We're going to listen to 4 tracks, the ending 4 tracks, and we're going to talk about them. And I wanted to get this in before the end of this season because I didn't want to drag it out to season 3. We've got a whole nother album we can do that with. So today we're going to listen to these. We're in the studio. You guys, Patrick, are you going to listen to that Tomahawk album again?
I'm working on it. No, I'm just pulling up track lists from your jams.
I got this here, too.
Oh, what? You want to explain to the listeners what we're looking at?
This here is a compact disc, kids.
Ooh. What are you doing? What are you pulling out of there?
That is the
I
compact.
thought
I'm sorry,
that was
this was
actually
the
the
packaging.
sleeve that Bob Barker pulled the actual retail price out of. That I always thought was a craft single growing up.
Yeah, there's artwork. There's a CD and such. There are a bunch of these. If you want one, just send us an email, bs@belongingsongs.com. Happy to send you one out.
It's that
Or,
easy.
if you go to our website and buy something in the store, I'm sure that you can write a note. I think when you buy something, say
Where
you want one.
At Target?
We'll add it to the cart.
Oh,
Yeah, throw it in.
So This is going well, right? This
yeah.
is a good
this
podcast.
is a great podcast.
Cool. Thank you for listening. Okay, so let's jump into these, right? Unless anybody wants to talk about Doritos more. What is your favorite flavor? I mean, it's hard to go wrong with nacho cheese.
I would say nacho cheese is probably my favorite. The flavor I don't.
You got a pad of paper here.
Yeah.
Let's start ranking these. Because Cool Ranch is second, right?
There's like a spicy nacho chease.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
That one is good.
Cool Ranch would be my.
Brad's going to say something.
I
that
like like barbecue chips, so I don't really eat Doritos at all.
Patrick, how are you doing?
I'm all right. I've been going through some things. Been thinking about Doritos. Man, I filed some taxes a couple months ago.
That's more interesting than whatever Brad is going to say about Doritos.
Yeah,
It's accurate.
So when I was growing up, we didn't have the most money. We would make Dorito sandwiches,
That sounds awesome.
which was white bread,
Yeah.
Cool Ranch Doritos. Done.
Give me one.
I think if you add a slice of bologna to that, your
Yeah.
mind is going to be blown.
Brad, what did I just say? We weren't made of money.
You didn't get the government bologna?
Okay, let's listen to some songs. So this is going to be a blast from the past. We're going back where we left off on our last episode when we hit this was Life Thinks It's Funny. And then, no. We left off with A Few Words, which is that instrumental track. That's what the album was originally called before I remixed it and cut some stuff out. So the next track that comes in is Empty Eyes. And I like that A Few Words is like a reset for when this song comes in, it is a nice transition if you do send us a message and want this album. Or if you listen to it on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever, you can find it there. But I do like how the album is arranged to where that A Few Words tracks ends, and then this one kind of comes in. It's like a total reset.
You know those
Sorry, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
you know those band flyers where you pull off the tab? It's like, hey, we need a drummer who's into Tool,
Right.
Kid Rock, and you pull off the tab. We can do that with copies of Better This Way at the bottom that you just rip off. So our listeners will get a copy.
Okay.
Staple them on
See, like
telephone poles.
I mean, like a poster board.
Yeah, the Meyer the Meyer billboard.
No, I'm going to staple it onto people's computers so they can go to Craigslist. That's where it'll be.
It's a Craigslist exclusive.
Okay. It's going well.
Things are great. Don't look over here.
It's muted.
Remember how Wade invited us to this podcast because we'd be reliable?
It hasn't turned out to be the case.
No.
And I have to turn around this time because
Where did
the way
Wade
it's set
go?
up. So, here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You taught when you die that you're going to heaven, but you're finding out when you try that if you live your whole life trying to please others, that you're wasting most of your time. You got to move on, move on, move on with your own damn life. You got to move on, move on, going till the getting's right. When you were young, you told your mother that there's no world too big for my dreams. Now all these years passed and you look in the mirror, well, those eyes are empty as can be. You got to dream on, dream on. The world's not as big as it seems. You got to dream on, dream on. Only get one chance at these. One of these days you're gonna find yourself buried 6 feet in the ground. And everyone who comes and see you there will wonder, is this dirt all that is found?
Yeah, all right. I haven't listened to that in a really long time.
No.
Didn't remember that I kept the 4 count on there. A 1, a 2. I don't know why I have so many effects on the vocals.
A lot of vocals.
Well, I
effects.
was going to
noticed that.
say, I don't know if that was a production thing or if it was just a distorted mic.
No, apparently
No,
I
it was probably a production thing.
decided to do that, yeah.
As far as songs go, this was always one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's
that-
a great
that
song.
you wrote. It's kind of in the same vein as like Watering Hole. It's kind of a short story.
I think this is a better written song than it is recorded and presented
I would agree
here.
with that. Yeah.
Like, it'd be a good candidate for a redo because there's some timing issues and some
I
arrangement
think that would
issues.
be
Everything sounds like it's forced through a kazoo.
Yeah,
that would be a fun project for you that probably wouldn't require a lot of your time.
right.
I do like this.
I think
song.
the composition is top notch.
Agreed.
I mean, I get like some mid-career Beatles vibes.
Yeah.
Kind of just
Yeah.
with really heavy attack on the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
The chorus has sort of a hand clappy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
it's-
chorus has a chorus.
The
I
chorus
think-
has a chorus.
I think
even.
during that breakdown, there originally were hand claps that I
There
may
were,
have taken
yeah.
out.
On this mix, you turn down the pop, pop, pop keyboard thing that was used to be really loud in older mixes of the
Oh, really?
song. Yeah.
I do have older versions of the compact discs where you could hear that as well if you wanted.
But this was always one of my favorite, I guess, composition is the word, right?
And I'm just going to say this because I never say this. I really like how the song ends.
Terminates.
College boy.
Did you like the silly whistle?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. It's important to have at least one of those
No,
on
is
Is
an
that what
album.
you call it? Is your
That's a-
silly whistle?
Yeah.
One of my favorite jams. That was always when we did the live shows was one of the most fun ones to get to. We played that live plenty.
Yeah, we did. I never felt like we really nailed that
We
one
didn't
either.
No, we didn't because it was always a little bit off. Mm-hmm. But it was like I liked
As
playing
evident in this
this song
recording, yeah, but-
but that's something that
I don't know.
Again.
That might be one. I know one of the first times we did an episode like this, Patrick, you had mentioned redoing a song or redoing the mixes on these. And this is a project that, I recorded,
Belabored over.
put out,
Yeah.
didn't know what I was doing when I recorded it. So I didn't know how to mix. I actually bought CDs and stuff. So there's a whole version of that with a bunch of extra songs. And then I learned to do mixing a little better, not great apparently, and redid it. So it's something I've labored over and over again. My first foray into singer-songwriting on my own. So not like super thrilled or excited to be like, yeah, I'm gonna redo this again. But maybe one track would be cool. And this would maybe be one of the better candidates.
I would love to hear this cleaned up.
Because
And just re-recorded.
Yeah, because I think this version suffers, just in execution, where I think it is a good song.
And it has
I
a
like
lot of
the lyrics.
Lyrics are great.
More than a lot of these on this album where we've talked about before, where I didn't give it as much thought. I think this one is put together pretty well. The lyrics are good,
I would be
solid.
really, really cautious not to mess with the arrangement. I think it's more of a re-recording.
No, I don't think it needs
engineering.
rearranging. I just think it would need
Execution.
like better
Performance.
execution. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a place and time.
Mm-hmm.
It's jotted
Yeah.
down
Yeah. Twice.
several times.
Right.
Yeah.
Moving on. We got a couple longer tracks coming up here.
Ooh, this
And then-
song.
Are they gonna stick
Son of a
around?
bitch.
I thought you were saying, are they gonna suck? We'll see.
Welcome to the
Listeners,
podcast.
stay tuned.
It's time to listen to Are
Will
They
It
Gonna
Suck?
Suck?
Now, this is not going to be a typical Belonging Songs episode because we're going to be revisiting older songs that aren't as good as our newer songs. This one's called Stick Around. Brad, I believe you are on this.
I am on
I
this.
think you have some vocals on this.
I think I have vocals and guitar on
Guitars,
this.
Will you
Yeah,
tell me
man.
the parts that are Brad so I can pick those apart?
Was this originally called like 10 Steps, Turn and Shoot?
What? No.
No, is there a song called 10 Steps, Turn and Shoot? somewhere?
No. You might be thinking of a song off of a different album.
Yeah, let's give this a listen. I'll
This
tell
is-
you. I'll tell you if I'm
I'll
thinking
tell
of
you
the
what's
right,
right.
song or not.
Anyway, this one's called Stick Around.
I'll tell you what I know.
Let me just unmute it here.
Don't you wanna stick around? Stick around all night. Don't you wanna stick around? Stick around all night. Ooh, all night. Every night. Ooh, don't you wanna stick around? Stick around. Stick around. Stick around all night. All night. Ooh, don't you wanna stick around? Stick around all night. Ooh, don't you wanna stick around? Stick around all night. Ooh, don't you wanna stick around? Stick around all night. All night. Don't you wanna stick around? Stick around all night. All night. All night. All night. Stick around. Stick around. All night. Stick around. All night.
Everybody's still with us. Holy cow. Talk about recording for the sake of recording, which
Yeah,
I think
that's-
that's basically what that
nails
was. I can't believe we're
My
gonna play this
answer
for
is
people.
no.
You saying don't?
No, I'm saying no. I don't want to stick around that long.
Right? That's funny that you said that because that was I almost wrote that as a note. It's like this is the song that somebody would reply to and say no.
No. That was definitely recording for the sake of recording.
Yeah, and it's funny because I went and cut songs out of this album,
Left
but
that one.
decided like,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. This song that's 3 different things.
I think from a composition standpoint, it's actually really strong. I think it's far too long.
Yeah.
It's got some some redeeming qualities.
Yeah, but I love some of the transitions. What's that Harrison Ford movie that's like the Wild West with aliens? You know what I'm talking about?
Not really.
Oh, fuck.
Star
it
Wars?
totally bombed. But anyway, that's what I get for the first part of the song. It's like the Wild West. Then
That's
there-
Will Smith.
Yeah, that's Wild West.
Oh,
Two
okay.
Wilds.
What is that called?
It has some.
It wasn't Muppets in Space.
No, wasn't
Space
taken.
Balls.
Somebody is yelling at their if they're still
Some
listening. I don't know.
giant Harrison Ford fan.
Right.
Anyway, yeah, I think the parts work well together. I think this is an example of A, needs an editor.
Yeah.
B, just needs to be cleaned up a bit. Like I see distinct differences between what you would do now. I can hear your production in this, what you would do now. Mm-hmm. Like I think that walking scale.
This would be like 2 minutes.
No, that's not it. Ender's Game.
We keep hunting.
Wait. Yes, Cowboys and Aliens. Wow, it was right there.
Yeah, I think you got it right.
What was the one where there was like the Cowboys, and we went to space?
Surely they wouldn't call it Cowboys.
Don't call me Shirley.
Daniel
I need to watch
Craig
that
and
movie.
Harrison.
Yeah.
Ford.
There's a walking scale in the second part. This is sign language for walking scale, by the way.
Okay.
That's great for the listeners to see. That I could hear now you would pan hard to one side. The bass in the end part is a little disjointed, could be crisp. I mean, it's all production notes and then just editing. But I think the song still is really interesting. I think it has a lot of promise. It works well together.
I don't know how
It just goes overboard.
made the album. But
No, for me, it always like it could have benefited from some verses.
Yeah,
you know, like
it's boring.
That would carry you. You know, there's like I said, there's some redeeming qualities where mostly for me, it's just like that's pretty cool night. You know,
right.
Remember, like Matt was playing the saxophone. Was it Matt or
No,
you?
that was me.
It was Wade playing
That's a
the
real
saxophone.
saxophone.
Yeah. Put shades on and bunch of talent, you know, but it was fun to do, but fun to do isn't always fun to listen to, right? So
Yeah.
Right.
I can see where this song done differently now would have turned to something else.
yeah, it could.
Yeah,
It's
if you cut
basically
everything down and condensed it
Yeah.
into a nice, I don't know,
Right.
2 minutes.
It's kind of like a jam,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, it is.
Right?
It's
It just
definitely
goes
a jam.
on for too long. And,
yeah, everything
you know,
goes on
yeah,
for too long.
but-
I would like to say something now that I'm going to put at the beginning of the episode. Now, this is not going to be a typical Belonging Songs episode because we're going to be revisiting older songs that aren't as good as our newer songs. But it's fun to revisit so we can see, you know, where we started.
Yeah, so here,
Yeah.
that we did actually get.
This-
that,
You should leave that in this part of the episode.
This episode's
I
going
would,
to
I would just start it off with, ladies and gentlemen, we used to be worse.
A brief disclaimer from Belonging Songs.
Yeah, we are getting better if you believe it.
Yeah. Oh, and with that, let's move along. Now, this next song is one that is presented different here. I actually do like, I don't know, it's been so long. This next one's something that we played a lot and actually is still one that will pop up when we're jamming
Dave Coulier.
because it is...
Dead?
What?
Thought you had news.
No.
Okay, so I
No,
make
Dave
sure.
Coulier was on a show called Out of Control.
Oh, I just wanted to
Breaking
make
news.
sure he was alive still.
Dave Coulier's fine.
Coulier Ranch Doritos.
All right, we ready? This one's called Too Out of Control.
The rain is nice. It helps to soothe my mind. The night's so nice. It's when I feel most alive. But I'm trying to change for reasons I can't deny. Because sometimes I just get too out of control. Too out of control.
I don't know what that was at the end there. I think that was the beginning of the next track coming in. That
It was Spooky Ghost.
that was recorded in a very old home.
Mm.
So I don't know what
EMP?
Who wants to give it? Yeah,
Ectoplasm?
Yeah, that's probably what that was.
For me, I forgot about that version a little bit.
Oh yeah, because we only played the live version,
We
which is completely different.
Completely different, quicker, a little bit more
Very
dynamic. Yeah,
it's
very
huge at points.
very
Better?
very fun song. Well, no, just I wrote down this is it's stripped down,
Yeah.
but original. You know, like it was the genesis of something else.
Yeah.
But it's two different songs, and I like this song a lot. It's very. I remember. I think you told me you had opened the door wall and you had just recorded it right by a rainstorm.
Yep. I was in my room where we had our music set up, and it was really late at night. It was raining. I opened the door, sat there. That is my lead 2 electric guitar just unplugged. That's just me holding it with the microphone there, and the microphone gain turned up really loud.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just the guitar and the rain being recorded at the same time.
So an acoustic electric.
An electric guitar just being played
Yeah,
unplugged.
that's awesome.
An unelectric guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, unelectric, literally unplugged.
This has been literally unplugged.
But yeah, real rain, just cool vibe to it.
Yeah, super cool vibe.
Real soft,
Yeah.
you know, lyrically. Knowing you now and knowing you then, it's kind of like, yeah, I guess he knew it. You know, because back then it was all about just getting together and we partied.
Hard.
Hard.
Me.
And now it's like, well, fuck. Yeah, he did, but he knew it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. It's a fun memory for me.
Maybe my first, like, honest and introspective
Yeah, it could be.
song,
Yeah,
maybe.
it might have been. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything about recording this song.
No.
We didn't know you.
Damn it. Sorry. But
Yeah.
yeah. What are your thoughts otherwise?
I think it's a good song. I think it's a little long in the tooth again.
Yeah. I agree.
But that's about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the parts. I love how you go from that unplugged electric to totally spaced out flange or phaser. I can never tell the difference in recording.
Is there?
Yeah,
Really?
I don't know. And
Yeah, phasers are pointier.
Yeah, I guess
right.
you're right. Yeah.
Pew,
Nobody
pew.
ever killed anybody with a flange.
Right.
You know?
I do think the experimentation with sort of chorus mimicking guitar, which now you use maybe more frequently than in your older stuff, and I think to much greater effect.
Yeah.
But that's starting to come out in this album in particular.
Like I'd mentioned before, like this is almost all experimentation. Hadn't written songs, hadn't written lyrics, hadn't sang
Right.
or multi-track recorded anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can hear a lot of the inexperience.
But that's fine. I mean, because it shows your roots. Your roots are showing in a lot of ways, and you can see how that evolves. So it's kind of a cool time capsule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
good
know
to
it
look back every once in a while.
might not be the most exciting for listeners and BSers. I'm sorry if it's not, but maybe somebody will, connect with this. It's something when I was doing it, I thought was like cool.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, you look back a little bit. I'm like, especially that track before.
That's long.
Yeah.
It's still, did it end yet?
But the next one,
It's about butts.
very short.
Very short. Yeah.
And it is called Ands and Butts.
Yeah.
Let me find it. Because that other track
There's the little fella.
was so long.
Get in there, little fella.
Here we go.
Don't bury me. I want my ashes spread. I won't really be gone. You'll have all the words I've said. And it's a long time coming, but it'll all be for the best. Some days you're running, and other days you rest.
La da da da.
I made one note. Hard to mess this one up. That's pretty good.
Yet, still, the decision to like add a bunch of effects, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like that's when I was learning how to mix.
Yeah, it's
So
when you push the buttons. to see
which
what
is
the buttons
funny.
do.
You've got 2 stages of my development and songwriting going on here. So experimenting while writing these, and then they sat for many years. And then when I started to learn how to actually mix songs, you can hear me experimenting with the effects and everything. Because now I would never
No,
add all that. That needs to
whatever.
be a dry song.
stripped
like,
down, dry,
down,
maybe a
but-
little reverb.
Yeah.
That's it. But like
but very heavy reverb and effect on
Yeah.
there. But yeah, just a little ditty.
little ditty,
Little Dilly.
little ditty,
There's a little dilly about Jack and Dad.
little dilly,
Sucking on chili dog.
Suggin'.
sucking on chilling out.
And that's the end of that album. Fun to revisit it. Get it out to you BSers.
Completes a thought.
Completes.
That's it.
Yeah. So that was a thing, a little
If you'd
time
like
capsule.
to copy this album, send 4 proofs of purchase to BS at Belonging Song. You have to email the proofs of purchase.
But yeah, purchase of anything though.
There's been
Any receipt will do.
many times where I'm cleaning out stuff and I'm like, should I put all those stuff in the recycle bin? Is it time? Because it's just taking up space.
Proofs of purchase. are
Because you
coming.
can listen to these, online.
online,
But if you are interested in one, you're more than welcome to a free copy because there's a lot of them.
They were ordered right in the beginning of streaming being the thing to do,
Yeah.
and then immediately after, it's the only thing. To do.
Right.
They don't even have CD players in cars anymore.
So I am turned around from the computer screen because of the way the setup is right
Everything's
now.
still moving.
We're going to attempt an outro without my notes on the computer
shit. Oh,
screen.
shit.
Okay, hold on.
So unless anybody else has anything to say about this album, which we have now visited in its entirety,
It's a wrap.
it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Take 1, outro.
Take 1 outro. So thank you so much for listening. I already blew it because that was the very end. But
Take 2, outro.
our next episode will be a regular Belonging Songs episode with a brand new song from one of us. I'm not sure how the schedule's shaking out yet. I think it's going to be my ingredient song. Actually,
Very likely it's not me.
okay, my ingredient song coming to you on the next episode of Belonging Songs. Next week, though, you're going to get an episode of The Stride.
Fathom's
Did
my
Jack
favorite.
Fathom have a good holiday?
I think so. He always has good holidays.
He was going to Lake Havasu, last I heard. He just likes to sit back and watch.
Yeah. He's half retired, isn't he?
He's been half
We brought
retired his
him out
whole
of half
career.
retirement. BSers, you can find out the remainder of our season 2 schedule on our website. I'll probably put it in the show notes from here on out, just because we're doing, a few different things. We've got what we're listening to is the Strides and Belonging Songs, so it can get a little confusing. So I will put schedule in the show notes and on the website. The website is belongingsongs.com. Merch page up. Working on sticker pack version 2. Almost there.
stickers.
So keep an eye out for that. I had a request come in for some Boom Done Next merch.
Ooh.
So gonna make that happen. Haven't decided what that's gonna be yet.
Do I get extra cut?
Yeah, Brad, we'll get the royalties on that. Every time it's said. You want to say it
Yeah.
a couple more times?
Hell yeah. Boom. Done. Next.
Yep, just got paid.
Boom. Ching, ching, ching. Korg.
Yeah. If you would like to become a sponsor of Belonging Songs,
And your name is Korg.
you can go to our website, fill out the forums page. If you would like to be on Belonging Songs as a guest because you write your own music,
We've
go to
got a forum for that, too.
belongingsongs.com, fill out the forums page.
Got an email from Korg. Stop saying Korg.
Boom, done, Korg. Check out our Instagram. Check out our Facebook where I put lyrics of our latest songs up the day before they come out. What else we got to hit? Is that everything?
Did you talk about our social media?
Instagram, Facebook.
Yep, got all
This
those.
podcast is produced by Satellite Chicken Sound Lab. And we are done with this episode. Brad says we're done.
I think
Brad,
so.
what do you say when we're done?
Boom. Done. Next.
Ching!
That's good. Boom. Done. Next.
Ching!